Welcome to the Renew card deck. Renew harmony from within, restore energy, and naturally enhance wellness. Thank you so much for purchasing my deck. I hope that it will be a valuable tool for your inner growth. So, what is going on here? Well, I'm Linda Sellers, author and illustrator of the Renew card deck. And let me unpack everything that I have going on in this deck. This will not be a short video, so buckle in. I can go into a lot more detail in classes and workshops and courses that I offer. And if this is interesting to you, I would register for an additional educational opportunity with me. But first off, I made this into a card deck form versus a book. This way you can actively participate each day because this is about you. So you need to be involved. So ask yourself, what card or cards do I need to interact with today to course correct the direction that I'm going? It could be illness, an uncomfortable feeling in your body, pain, a relationship, a feeling like anger or over a situation, past or present, or even in the future, if your mind is running into the future with anxiety of what may happen. If your life is irritating you in any way, you are off course. And that doesn't mean that your life should be free of anything uncomfortable. In fact, it is those uncomfortable parts of life that challenge us to grow, to become, to improve and learn. What I'm talking about is all those things that irritate, that make you mad, cause you to hate something or be in resistance or opposition to what's going on. It is being in a mindset of being a victim, giving up any power that you have to make life better for yourself and others by directly by directing responsibility and accountability to others to make your life better. Only you have the power to create the life that you want. And when you think of yourself as a victim, you give up that power. So these cards are to help take that back. These cards give you and the universe the message that I'm going to do something about how I feel in this moment. And I'm going to make my life better now. And I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to dig deep and create lasting motivation to live joyfully in any situation. I'm not talking rainbows and unicorns. I'm talking about being calm and at peace, even through triggering moments or during life's storms. You can recognize the difficulty, yet still smile and feel peace as you move through it. You can also recognize where your beliefs are creating blocks to your happiness. They may be beliefs that limit your abundance and joy, or they may be completely false and need a huge change. Often we react to life based on unconscious beliefs that we learned long ago and never questioned. They may even be passed down for generations, loyalties to how your family operates in this life, and thus gets the same outcomes with each passing generation until someone says no. So let's get into these cards. They are based on the 5 elements of Chinese medical theory given to the Yellow Emperor thousands of years ago. These 5 elements are a complex and integrative study. These cards have 5 suits based on the principles of each of the 5 elements: water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. There are guide cards that give a brief description of these principles. Very brief. The words, affirmations, forgiveness statements, art, meditation, and music are all specific to each elemental principle and can help adjust and correct your chi energy, your life force energy for improved flow. So, what is this life force energy? In Chinese medicine, it's called qi. Many different cultures recognize this energy and call it by many different names. It is the energy that animates. Without it, nothing happens. A dead body has no chi because it cannot animate. The more chi, the more our being can generate the energy to make corrections, whether it is corrections to thinking, feeling, or physical corrections to allow the body to heal. There are many ways to drain this life force energy, this chi, and when it is drained, we feel it. Therefore, it is important to cultivate chi, replenish our life force energy every day. And there's lots of ways to do this. Some we do without even thinking or understanding it. You're still alive, so you're cultivating some. However, there are ways to cultivate and replenish more. Some ways are better than others. These cards are programmed to help cultivate and replenish that energy. So, by using them daily, it is helping you to create abundant chi. I would, however, learn a cultivation technique as well. I personally prefer Pengu Shingon, Qigong, and Phoenix Force exercises as my daily cultivation practices. The cards work nicely too. The artwork in these cards is also important. It's not just an illustration. The artwork was formulated to cultivate chi and activate the healing principles of each element. A visual code to identify correct information for the flow of energy pertaining to each organ system in the five elements and their metaphysical properties. The colors, lines, and placements all have meaning and information for transformation. It is not magic, it's just utilizing scientific principles of quantum mechanics that have been studied and proven for many, many years. An example would be having a stomach ache and looking at the mandala of the nurture card to relieve it. However, each person often has uncomfortable feelings like a stomach ache and may misidentify where the problem is really stemming from. So in this case, I would also use the growth card and the value card and perhaps the passion card. Why? If it is really the actual stomach that is having an issue, then the nurture card would be appropriate. But most people prefer, or most people refer to a belly ache as a stomach ache. So something is wrong with the digestion process. Therefore, the growth card is related to the liver and gallbladder, and the value card is related to the large intestine. And the joy card is related to the small intestines. So if you can shift the energy flow in any of these areas by just looking at the artwork and allowing the information that it carries to harmonize your energy flow to bring more comfort and calm to you. This same principle applies to the statements on the front of each suit. Sometimes a statement and affirmations are not enough, and you may not believe them. You may unconsciously not believe them, or you may not be in congruence with those phrases. The other side gives forgiveness and permission statements to help bring you into alignment with these statements. There may be ways that you can be out of alignment with the statements. So there are 8 different cards, aspects of the same principle that can help to bring you into a more coherent state. Some of them may sting as you self-reflect. Others may trigger resistance, and you may say no. The best effects are when you can self-reflect and acknowledge your part of the problem and seek for resolution. By acknowledging your weakness, you can begin to make them strong. And these cards can help you do that. So back to the stomach ache. The thoughts and phrases on these cards are directly associated with the same organ systems. You may have a stomach ache, but the root cause could be from worry. Even if it is not the root cause, worry and overthinking drains chi, the life force energy from the stomach, and it makes it more difficult for the stomach to operate efficiently or to correct disturbances caused by diet or pathogens. So what you think really makes a difference. In the deckable version of the card deck, there is a third side that gives additional information to support that element and the associated body parts and thought patterns. In the printed cards, this is found in the guide cards. This side gives you some actions that you can perform, such as hydrate or forgive. It gives you aromatic scents that can support change in this element. Essential oils work best, but incense or other versions of the scent are helpful too. It also gives you a journal prompt to consider in association with this area. So, if your stomach ache is really a belly ache from constipation, you would use the value card and ask yourself, what do I need to let go of? Obviously, there is a large intestine blockage with constipation, but more than that, there's also an area of your life where you are blocked and can't let go of the garbage that has accumulated. When you fail to address these issues, they begin to build until it manifests itself in the body at a physical level. And it is the body's way of alerting you to the issue being of great importance. And lastly, there are hand placements to support that area of the body. Our hands are powerful tools emitting energy that can support weak areas. When we place our hands over these organs that are depleted, we give them a bit more energy to make that transformation. Even if it's a mindset adjustment or a physical adjustment or an adjustment anywhere along the meridian flow. You see, if there is dysfunction anywhere along the flow of the meridian that is labeled by an organ system, it can be corrected by supporting the meridian with hands, sense, art, statements. For example, an example of this would be hip pain, particularly along the IT band between the outer hip and the outer knee. This is where the gallbladder meridian runs. Yes, you may have a tight IT band, but more than likely you have a serious amount of built up resentment that has not been processed. If your gallbladder has been removed, the energy flow channel still exists and needs more support than ever. If your gallbladder was removed because it was damaged, the resentment that led to that effect still needs addressing because that pain is still there. So use the growth card and go deep with it. Then finally, there are the 3 items available through the video. First is the word. The word is a prompt to reflect on throughout the day or week. And you can journal about it, or you can just think about how it applies in your life. If you're in a hurry, this is a great way to keep momentum quickly. Then there is the video, the meditation and encouraging words to help build you up or consider how you interact with life, with self or with others. It's short but powerful. And again, is directly associated with the principles of the suit of cards. So get familiar with the healing properties of each suit. They are found in the guide cards. How each card shifts the energy in physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and social health. You are an integrated being of many elements that were not meant to be isolated, but work together for healthy living. So supporting one area supports all the areas. Diminish an area and it diminishes all the areas. You can't have conflict in your relationships and not have it affect your physical well-being. It absolutely does. And yes, it can feel like a juggling act, but that is the beauty of life, learning how to master the balance. Then lastly is the music behind the meditation. It is programmed with specific frequencies, notes, and vibrations to train your own vibrations to harmonize with what is healthy. This supports your whole system. We are energy, and correcting the disharmony in our vibration by entraining to a pure vibration will correct physical issues as well as issues in the other 4 areas. I use this kind of music in my healing sessions, And I also use devices with healing frequencies in my sessions available to my clients to use on a daily or as needed basis. These entrainment frequencies are very powerful and have brought people back from the brink of death. And that is not an exaggeration, only my experience from working with so many individuals. The printed version of this deck will have a QR code to link you to these special meditations. So these cards are a fantastic tool to use in your journey to experience the most from this life in a joyous way. It is my gift to my fellow travelers to help make this journey easier. And I'm so thankful and grateful for all that has been given to me. And I want to give it to you as well. So if you desire help, you can work with me and my system through the Renew programs, or you can learn more through my classes and workshops as well as courses. And I would love it if you did. This is my passion, and I love to help and share. So I created these cards just for you. This is my flagship, and there is so much more to come.